What is up, everybody? JPGT here, coming at you with a post E3 video. Today we are going to be talking about everything that happened at E3. Now we may not get to everything or every game, but a majority, and most of it's going to be about what games I was interested in or what sparked my interest. So let's start off here with a company that gave a great E3 performance, and that is Ubisoft. Talk about a company that came out strong. Watch Dogs 2 does not look like it's messing around. The people complain that there was not enough hackable stuff. That's fixed. People complain the main character sucked. New main character. People said Chicago wasn't the right town for a game like this. Moved to the birth of tech revolution, and that is San Francisco. Ubisoft really took the thoughts and criticisms of the last game and implemented all the new elements needed into this game. Personally, I was shocked to see a performance like this from Ubisoft. I was just expecting a small demo, but they were open to giving an open world exploration as well as a mission. They came out strong, and I feel like Watch Dogs 2 will not be a disappointment like the last game. But people do need to realize, hyping games up does nothing for you, because if it does not deliver, then it's seen as a disappointment. Without the hype, Watch Dogs would have been a pretty good game actually, but it was so amped up and people were so excited for it to come out that when it failed to deliver, it was seen as a disappointment to everybody. And that's about all I got for Watch Dogs 2 right now, unless they release some gameplay in the near future, and you can bet that I will definitely be pre-ordering this game, as it looks amazing. I'm excited to do all the new hackable things. The co-op looks great. Everything just looks so much better than the last. The city looks vibrant. There looks like there's going to be a lot more variety and everything. The cars are all hackable. And I'm just excited for this game in general. I was not expecting this at all from Ubisoft. Not expecting the actual gameplay with a demo, with everything that came out with it. I was just expecting another trailer or something, but they delivered strong on this game. Now let's move on to the next one on my list, which is Ghost Recon Wildlands. If I'm going to be 100% honest, the trailer and the gameplay kinda disappointed me. The game looks extremely bland to me. There are no cover fire mechanics, and not really mechanics in the game at all. It just looks like an open world, third-person shooter, and the gameplay just let me down. This was one of the games higher on my list, and it was let down. Now I knew the graphics weren't going to be amazing like they showed before, because Ubisoft is known for downgrading them after the release trailers, so that's not what the disappointment was. It was the gameplay. Watching the gameplay displayed at E3, it just looked so simple, and they were not tactical at all during the presentation. They just didn't give the right vibe to me when playing. I thought this game was going to be you and your buddies planning these elaborate takedowns with pinpoint precision, but judging by the demo, you can just walk in guns blazing and be just fine. The damage they took was unreal. This game did not look like the Ghost Recon I remember. I think they just needed the title to get more people excited for it, because it would have gotten worse reviews without it. I mean, the vehicles were cool, and I like the dirt bikes, and I like the concept. The game does have a really, really great concept. They just let it down so far. Like, this game was going to be a military, tactical, open-world shooter with online multiplayer to play with your friends. In theory, that sounds incredible. Like, who doesn't want to play an open-world game with their buddies just blowing shit up? And I figured Ubisoft was going to bring some of the realism to the game, like how most games they have. But after the demo, I was kind of getting sort of a just cuz feel to it. Like, you just go around and blow shit up and whatever you want because there's no consequences in this world. And this game just did not give me the right feel. And it was just a real disappointment to me. I was really hoping this game was going to deliver like Watch Dogs did. After watching Watch Dogs, I was like, oh, alright, I got good hopes for Ghost Recon now. But they just let it down, and I don't know. It's definitely fallen on my list after seeing it. I really hope Ubisoft takes everything into consideration after they've heard from E3, and giving this game a fighting chance if they actually want people to buy it. Plain and simple, they need more mechanics. There is zero cover fire, and the game just feels so dumbed down, and not how you'd expect an open world Ghost Recon game to feel at all. In the reveal trailer of last year, they made it seem like you need to have these planned out for the missions to go well, but that is definitely not the case. Well, let's move on to a game now that did give me some hope from Ubisoft, and that is For Honor. Now, this game came out with the right vibe to it. The presenter did an amazing job of setting this game up and gave the right tone to it right before the gameplay revealed. When the Viking warrior gets off the boat, you know it's about to go down. This game took realism to another level for sword fighting on consoles. This is one of the better swordplay games that will be coming, and not many games use the blocking system like this game does. The before combat looks semi-like Rocksteady's Arkham games, where you just mow down henchmen before the actual boss fight comes up. The boss fights were actually pretty intense, and you felt like the presenter could lose if he made the wrong move or blocked the wrong way, and that set a good vibe up for this game. Now, this game isn't extremely high on my list, but it's definitely one I will be watching out for after seeing this trailer. I like this concept, and I like the idea of free-for-all multiplayer with different warriors from different eras Going into this, I feel like there's going to be no two battles that are going to feel the same. There will definitely be factors going into each battle and how it plays out, and the strategy involved is phenomenal. Not expecting a game like this to catch my interest, but it did for sure, and props to Ubisoft for that. Next game up is Mafia 3. I could talk about this game for days. I'm so happy to be getting a story-driven single-player game that I will be able to sit down and immerse myself into. Graphically, this game looks incredible. Everything looks so clean and sticks to the 1960s theme that comes along with it. The town of New Bordeaux gives a great sense of variety and does not look like there will be a dull moment in this game. The New Orleans knockoff is a great choice for a game like this, especially with the bayou that you can travel to, and I'm feeling like there will be some wildlife hunting. Alligators in the swamp would be a breath of fresh air to the hunting wildlife in games. Last game I played with crocodiles in it was Far Cry 3, and that gave you this fear of going into the water because you knew there was something in there that was ready to pounce on you for anyone that gets in. This game has so many mechanics going for it at the same time. There'll be more stealthy ways to kill people now than in Mafia 2, and the main character is a biracial Vietnam veteran. Now, when was the last time you ever saw this? It's never been done before, and it's going to be great to getting a new character with appearances from old characters, but we will get to that later on. The time period is great. It will deal with all the issues in America during that time, like war, racism, and other time-sensitive issues. But let's talk about the goods. First of all, the cars. This is the era of the greatest muscle cars in America's history. We are getting all those beautiful cars now at your fingertips, and I cannot be more excited. This game is probably at the top of my list. The dynamics of your actions are great too. For those of you who have not seen the gameplay, you have 3 underbosses, and when you earn your territory back, each will pitch to you why they deserve the area and what benefits you get from it. Sort of like an RPG style. And if you decide to favor 2 of them over 1, then that one will eventually get fed up and will turn on you. Now, this could be interesting. It makes you think what your actions and what you will get in return. You start favoring them, then this will backfire, and you could lose them for the rest of the game, pretty much closing down that skill tree. This game brings in the greatest things about RPG gaming, like upgrading your character, but you're not specifically upgrading the main character. You're upgrading the benefits you receive from the supporting cast, which does include Vito Scaletta from the last game. Now, I could talk about this game for days, but I'm going to wrap this up. It comes out October 7th for those who are interested in buying, and I will more than likely be pre-ordering this to receive the bonus cars and guns because I cannot wait to have a new single-player experience. Next up on the list was a shock to everyone. Nobody was expecting to see this game appear, or even had thoughts of this game, and this is Spider-Man PS4. It's going to be under new hands and be developed by Insomniac Games, the creators of Sunset Overdrive. Judging by the movement that was displayed in this trailer, this game could reach Spider-Man 2 levels of popularity. Spider-Man 2 on the older generation of consoles is seen as the staple of a perfect Spider-Man game, and I'm excited to see how this game stacks up to it. Just look at the movement of Spider-Man running through there, and I'm hoping that this is not scripted gameplay and this is real gameplay, because if it is, this looks incredible. Obviously, the jumping off the building, that's going to look more like a movie, but actually fighting the people, I'm hoping that that was real gameplay, and I'm hoping it actually looks like this and there's no graphical downgrades like most games have these days. This game could be incredible, and I'm so excited to get another Spider-Man game. They need a Spider-Man like a Batman Arkham game. Those games were the best, and we finally get another superhero game that hopefully will not suck like most do. I will for sure be keeping my eye out for this game, and there is not a question that I will be getting it. Next game up on the list also came as a sleeper to most people, and that is Steep. Steep is categorized as an open-world action sports game. There is snowboarding, skiing, parachuting, and wingsuiting, and those were the sports displayed. The goal is to be able to beat everyone else with time trials and going down the hills. Personally, I think this could be really good, but they need to keep up with it. They cannot slack off with a game like this because it will lose interest fast. That means they need new places to go down, and they just need to keep upgrading and releasing new DLC. The genre is what intrigued me. I usually do not have an open-world action sports game and do not hear most of those nowadays. I would also like to think that this game could be a really, really good VR game, and they should definitely look into that. I mean, who wouldn't want to look down the hills in virtual reality? I'll for sure be keeping a watch out for this with any more news that appears with it, and if it keeps going like it is, like how it looks, I could potentially be buying this later on. Now the next game mostly everybody loves, but I've never gotten into. That is the Battlefield franchise, but with the World War I theme around it, this could be one I actually decide to pick up. The planes and naval battles make this game look like a definite choice for me to look at. I'm not a huge fan of fast-paced multiplayer gameplay, but the World War I theme is what really keeps my attention for this game. We really do need another old war game in this generation of futuristic shooters, and this could definitely be the one for me. I'm hoping they keep somewhat realism for it, and the Zeppelin crash is amazing. I like how that will now become the new battlefield after destroying that mini town. The level of destruction on a size like this is actually quite impressive, and I'm excited to see how it comes out. So this will be a game I probably, if I do pick it up, there will be some gameplay, because this looks incredible. And this sidecar gameplay actually is really cool. I'm a fan of the dirt bike gameplay. Now this game I've been waiting a while for. Dishonored 1 to me was a huge hit and I loved every second of it. The story, the actual gameplay, and the setting were just so fitting and they really brought it to work well together. Now with 2 choices of main characters to play as in Dishonored 2, this game has a ton of replayability. You can now play the campaign twice and get 2 completely different playstyles with different supernatural powers. The gameplay presentation of this game was sweet. They had a huge dust storm come through, and it blinded not only the PC but also the player himself, and it reduced visibility for both of them, making the player more cautious of what was going around him. The fighting once again looks great with the ability to use powers to your advantage, and the new storyline looks just as great as the last. The little montage of kills just gets me more excited, and maybe we can get some more single-player experiences out in the game world. Multiplayer is becoming old and boring after years of it leading the boards. It's time for us gamers to be able to dive back into story-driven games, and this game could really lead us into that. As mentioned in my pre-E3 video, I need a new Forza Horizon game, and they delivered beautifully with that. I saw this trailer show up at E3, and I've never been so excited for a car game. Australia is the new location, and I think it's going to be for a fantastic choice. It gives us, the gamers, a variety of places to drive. It's no longer going to be city or farmland like in Horizon 2. It's going to be city, beaches, dunes, jungles. Maybe we'll get to see some wildlife on the side. Whatever it is, I'm going to be buying. The gameplay looks stunning as expected, and we will be getting even more cars that are all beautifully licensed and all the upgrades in the world. I'm a huge car guy as well as a geek, so this game fits me perfectly, and I could not be more excited to drive in Australia because I never thought that'd be a location for a Forza Horizon game. But by the gameplay that they've shown, this looks like it's going to be a really good location. We're going to get dune buggies, we're going to get Sahara, we're going to get beaches, not the Sahara Desert, we're going to get desert, that's what I meant in general. And we're going to be able to make rally cars out of all the officially licensed ones. And we're going to get a new Lamborghini as they show. These dunes look amazing. Look at the high jump on this thing. And I'm just excited in general. So this game will for sure be a pickup that I have. Up on the list is the few hardware things that were spoken of. This includes the controller customization and Project Scorpio. Let's start off with Project Scorpio. Now there was not a ton of information, but it is confirmed, which is great to know. This is going to be able to support 4K gaming, and this console might actually be able to keep up with the PCs, hopefully. I'm a console and a PC gamer, and I'm excited to see a console that will be able to keep up. Most PC games run way better than console, and look way better as well, so hopefully Project Scorpio comes out as intended, and I can buy it next year. Now is the controller customization, and this is actually really cool. It's running through the Xbox Labs, and now you can go online, build a custom controller with any colors that you desire, or that are available, and they will build it for you, and the kicker for me is that they engrave your name or whatever you type in the bottom, so most people probably do the gamer tag, but me, I will probably do my YouTube name, and I think it only costs like $10 to $20 more than a standard black controller, so why would you not want to customize your own controller and have it sent to you? I mean, they didn't mention of any customizing Elite controllers, so I don't expect scuff levels of customization, but it's going to be cool to have an official Xbox company doing the custom controllers. And that's about my wrap up for E3. There was some other things that I could touch on later, and I gotta see if they come out with more information for them. But for right now, that's about it. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know any feedback down in the comments below, and have a great day, everybody.